how you doing? This is Adam Post, publisher of more than 1,000 comic books. Donald Trump is going to be interviewing with Tucker Carlson during the first Fox GOP debate. Emperor Murdoch over at Fox is going absolutely bananas. Let's get into the story. Before we do, please be sure you are subscribed to the channel. Click the bell for notifications. Give me a thumbs up. Really appreciate you guys. I'm trying to get to 30,000 subscribers, so if you can subscribe, please do subscribe. Coming from The Last Refuge, a fantastic website. If you are a conservative American, make sure you check out this website. Emperor Murdoch is going bananas. President Trump will interview with Tucker Carlson during the GOP-E debate. GOP-E is a reference to GOP establishment, not GOP nationalist or GOP patriot. Saving the Republic was always going to be a trilogy. In 2016, we caught the club off guard. Club wars began. In 2020, the collective empire strikes back. Now we enter 2024. All of the enemies are defined and the revenge of the MAGA begins. Within the epic battle that 2024 represents, the multinationals are deploying every available weapon in their arsenal, and the rebellion is running an insurgency campaign while withstanding the constant bombardment. While much is yet to be determined, our flag is still raised and we stand steadfast, living our best life while the bombs burst all around us. The professional Republican apparatus is assembling in Wisconsin for the trap debate, but the rebellion has successfully outmaneuvered the plot and will stand unaffected while diminishing the first losers to the status they deserve. Emperor Murdoch is furious, while Darth Rona McDaniel, has failed in her effort to bait Team MAGA. This is coming from New York Times. I love this website, The Last Refuge, run by Sundance. It's excellent. If you care about your country, this is a website you should be paying attention to. You should also be paying attention to this website. This looks like Reddit, but it's not Reddit. It's patriots.win, and that's how I keep track of what's going on in Trump world. At the same time, they have interesting stories about conservative culture like this one. Barren Disney theme parks blamed on climate change, or meet your new fairy godmother. So they're talking about how Disney's ghost town theme parks are being blamed on climate change. Coming from Breitbart, Donald Trump to sit down with Tucker Carlson in lieu of first Republican presidential debate. Former President Donald Trump will skip the first Republican National Committee primary debate, according to reports. A New York Times report reveals that Trump plans to skip the debate following months of speculation. And this is that New York Times report. Trump plans to skip GOP debate for interview with Tucker Carlson. This is something that, of course, Fox is incredibly upset about, because they're trying to cancel Tucker Carlson at the same time that they're canceling Trump. But apparently, neither of them are getting canceled. One of the things Fox has been trying to do is to stop any mention or acknowledgement of Tucker. Tucker has had some very important interviews recently with Vivek Ramaswamy, with RFK Jr., and others, and they've made no mention at Fox of anything that's been going on with Tucker. They're trying to smother Tucker as much as they can. But they're stuck now, and they're going to be having to mention things that Trump says, because I guarantee you Trump will make sure that it's newsworthy during his interview with Tucker. The former president's apparent decision to skip the first debate is a major affront both to the RNC and to Fox News, which is hosting the event. According to the report, Trump plans to sit down for an interview with none other than former Fox News host Tucker Carlson, a great irony given that the debate will be moderated by two Fox News personalities, Bret Baier and Martha MacCallum. In the past 24 hours, Mr. Trump has told people close to him that he's made up his mind and will skip the debate in Milwaukee, according to two of the people briefed on the matter. Trump also said last week he'd let people know this week if he's going to the debates or not. The timing of the interview with Mr. Carlson remains unclear, but if it goes ahead as currently planned, the debate night counter-programming would serve as an act of open hostility. That's from the Times. Trump also indicated Friday that he would not participate in the debate, writing on Truth Social, "Many people are asking whether or not I will be doing the debates. All Americans have been clamoring for a president of extremely high intelligence. As everyone is aware, my poll numbers over a wonderful field of Republican candidates are extraordinary. In fact, I'm leading the runner-up, whoever that may now be, by more than 50 points. Reagan didn't do it, and neither did others. People know my record. one of the best ever, and so why would I debate? I'm your man. Make America great again. This has been a long time coming as Trump cast doubt on participating in the debate during an exclusive interview with Breitbart News in July, asserting it could be foolish to do so when he is so ahead in the polls. Quote, I haven't totally made a decision, Trump said at the time. I like the debates. I might be here because of the debates. I might have won against Hillary with the debates, and I might have gotten the nomination because of the debates. But when you're leading by 50 and 60 points against these people, and you have people at 0 and 1 and 2, and then they're going to be asking me hostile questions, and they probably won't have much of an audience if I'm not in the debates, according to what I read. If I'm not in the debates, then they're not going to have a very big audience. It seems almost like it would be foolish to do them. Trump also defended himself from likely critics who believe he should participate, pointing to others in the past who chose not to participate. Quote, Reagan didn't do them. Other people didn't do them, Trump said. Quote, I don't know that I should be doing it to be up against a hostile network with hostile people that are polling at 0. I mean, they don't have any votes. One of them actually had a 0 with an arrow pointing left. I'm trying to figure out what that means. It probably means they have too many votes, like the election. But they're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe I'm in the 60s. I see a poll the other day. I'm at 78, and you have people at 0. I feel sort of foolish doing it, Trump added. I think it could be stupid. It could be a stupid thing to do, but I have not made up a decision. I don't mind doing them. I like to do them. I enjoy them, actually. And I think they're a good thing. But when you're leading somebody by 50 or 60 points, I think it might be foolish. Donald Trump Jr. expressed similar sentiments when asked if his father should participate in the first debate. Quote, listen, I'm torn on it. I mean, the mean general in me wants to see it because I know he'll do great, he told Breitbart. At the same time, am I going to give, Asia Hutchinson polling at 0.01%, Chris Christie polling at 1%, a 3-hour window to basically crap all over you? Trump also revealed that he would not sign the RNC's pledge to support the eventual nominee, one of the RNC's requirements to participate in the debate. He told Newsmax's Eric Bolling, who's also a former Fox guy, I have a problem with the debate for another reason. I wouldn't sign the pledge. Why would I sign a pledge if there are people on there that I wouldn't have? I wouldn't have certain people as, somebody that I'd endorse. So they want you to sign a pledge, but I can name 3 or 4 people that I wouldn't support for president. So there's a problem right there. And then Trump said this on Truth. Let them debate so I can see who I might consider for vice president. The decision coincides with a recent American Pulse survey, which showed Trump leading the GOP field with 58% support. It also found over 3/4 of likely Republican presidential primary voters revealing that they will either definitely or probably watch the first Republican debate, taking place in Milwaukee, Wisconsin on August 23rd. When asked if they want to see Trump participate, most, 59.3%, said they would. However, over a quarter, 27.8%, believe it would be better for Trump to sit out. Another 12.8% remain unsure. Have you heard about this? Trump seeks trial on election interference charges in 2026. His lawyer's bold proposal for a 2.5-year delay stands in dark contrast to prosecutors' call for a trial to begin in January 2024. Okay, so there's no chance that this trial starts in January 2024. And if this judge, who of course is against Trump in DC and trying to sabotage Trump, if she dares to try to have this trial start prior to the election in 2024, that will be appealed. It's not going to happen. Trump's lawyers are too good. When I say his lawyers are too good, there's a link in this Politico article to his attorney's actual filing. The filing is brilliant. I read it last night. And the filing covers why it's wildly inappropriate to try to take a few months and then in January have this trial. The attorney goes on, and it's very good reading. I highly recommend it. But they make this point very well. They've gotten 11.5 million pages of discovery. Discovery is what you get from an opposing party, whether it's a civil lawsuit or a criminal lawsuit. And that tells you the information that they have that they're going to be basing their case on. Now, there's 11.5 million pages of discovery. That is a massive amount of discovery to go through. How do you go through 11.5 million pages? You actually do have to pay lawyers and they read those pages. Here's what his lawyers actually said. To put 11.5 million pages in some perspective, we began downloading the government's initial production of Discovery. There will be more pages beyond this 11.5 million pages. On August 13th, 2023, 2 days later, it was still downloading. We then requested the government send hard drives containing its initial production, which we received on August 16th, 2023. Our technology vendor is now preparing to ingest the files into a document review database, but estimates such a large data set will take several days to process. Nonetheless, even assuming we could begin reviewing the documents today, we would need to proceed at a pace of 99,762 pages per day to finish the government's initial production by the proposed date for jury selection. The initial production is the 11.5 million pages. There will be additional pages. Even if there weren't additional pages, it's still 99,762 pages per day they'd have to review. That is the entirety of Tolstoy's War and Peace, cover to cover, 78 times a day, every day, from now until jury selection. Keeping in mind, this is just to read the government's initial production a single time, to say nothing of trial counsel's need to analyze, organize, and integrate those materials into a cohesive defense presentation. And this is what made me laugh out loud, and I absolutely love Trump's lawyers. Stated differently, if we were to print and stack 11.5 million pages of documents with no gap between pages at 200 pages per inch, the result would be a tower of paper stretching nearly 5,000 feet into the sky. That is taller than the Washington Monument, stacked on top of itself 8 times with nearly 1 million pages to spare. And then they put this graphic in the filing for the judge, just in case she's not quite following it. Also, this is available to the media. This is available to me. So it shows what 5,000 feet up into the sky actually is. The Statue of Liberty is 305 feet. The Washington Monument is 555 feet. Information potentially helpful to President Trump is 4 times 822 feet. And that's the paginated portion of initial production printed 200 pages per inch. That's how much paper it is. It's a lot bigger than the Washington Monument. It's a ridiculous request by the special counsel, who is well aware of this. And their answer to this only was, well, we're going to give you certain select pages that you might want to use for your defense. As Trump's defense counsel explained, no, we're not going to just take your presentation of what our defense ought to be. It's not our responsibility to do that. For Donald Trump to get a fair trial, no matter who the judge is, you have to have a schedule that allows his defense to go through material that incorporates what the other side is providing in discovery. But that's not the only part of the case. The other part of the case is Trump is going to subpoena and develop his own discovery and have their own interviews with people. And there are many people. The government spent years developing this case against Trump. Trump is going to be responding with enough time. It doesn't have to necessarily be multiple years, but it's at least going to be into 2026. This is a big problem for the deep state. They're trying to trap Trump into accepting a no-win scenario. But Trump doesn't do no-win scenarios. He just keeps fighting and he keeps going forward. And his number one thing is he understands momentum. He understands that even when you have conflicts, you can utilize the energy from those conflicts to your own advantage. And that's why in this election, he's taken on all of these lawsuits. He's fought back on all these lawsuits. And for right now, we're expecting Trump to surrender himself to Georgia also on the same date as the GOP debates. There's going to be no one talking about the GOP debates. They're only going to be talking about, oh, Trump surrenders in Georgia to this newest ridiculous criminal RICO trial. As always, he'll take up all the oxygen and he'll use it to his advantage. Let me know what you think of all this in the comments below. Always love to see your ideas. Please be sure you are subscribed to the channel. Click the bell for notifications. Give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you again soon with another video. And if I don't see you, I will miss you.